All right.
I stole a title from Clint Eastwood.
You didn't guess that.
Because it matched what I wanted to talk about. At Burning Man, they have a concept of moop, and moop is matter out of place. So if you have a Kleenex in your pocket, it's in its place. If you have a Kleenex on the ground, it's out of place. Basically, it's kind of like littering. But I was thinking about other things like bleach and food and dyes, and how when they're used correctly, they're good, they're in their correct place. But sometimes accidents happen and they're not in their correct place. So, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow communicators, and honored guests, whether something is in its correct place or not is sometimes a subjective thing. However, with bleach, I think we can agree when it's a good time and when it's a bad time. You use bleach to get bright whites, but it's really bad if you use bleach with colors. And it's ugly if it produces permanent stains. When I was a kid, somehow I remember carrying a bleach bottle that was supposed to be empty. Should have been washed. Don't know what a 8-year-old was doing with a bleach bottle. But I spilled some on my sneakers and it left little white dots. That was my first encounter with bleach. My second encounter was at a pony club camp on island with my daughter, and I got put on the dish duty, and there was the bucket with the soapy water, then the water to rinse, and then the bleach, and I had to pour the bleach, and somehow managed to pour the bleach and somehow sprayed my brand new black pants that were pretty much painting pants after. And my third interaction with bleach was my daughter's show shirt for horse shows, because they're very fussy about how you look. And it was a white shirt, and horses are inherently dusty and dirty. So the sleeves, the cuffs were all brown with dirt. And I couldn't get it clean in the laundry. I put it through a couple times, and then I thought, it's a white shirt, I'll use bleach. And I can tell you right now, do not do that with synthetics. Because all that happened was it still had the dirty cuffs, but now it had little blotches of gray on it. So that's bleach. Moving right along to food. It's nutritious, it's tasty when it's in the right place, but it's bad when it's in the wrong place on your clothing. And it's ugly when it leaves stains. When people look at you and they think, hey, you look dirty and sloppy, you must not care how you look. I had a friend who was wearing this beautiful sweater, and we went and we had lunch at Maddox Farm, and he got a soup that was basically turmeric. It was bright orange, bright yellow. And my husband and I used to call turmeric indelible yellow, because once you got it on your countertops, it took forever to get it back off. And my friend got it right on his sweaters. I can tell you, you can go to Michael's and buy a tiny little grandma stain remover, and it takes out turmeric. And when I was in university, I made the mistake of loaning this green dress to a friend, and she wore it to try eating a pomegranate. I can tell you, pomegranates, you wear an apron. That dress, that was the end of that dress. And you can have some risk management. Like for the bleach, it was avoidance. For food, you can wear an apron, you can own a stain removal chart, you can own grandma's stain remover, or you can avoid wearing white when you're eating anything red, because everybody should know red is instantly attracted to white clothing. And you should take your coffee black, because if you spill coffee when you're not quite awake, if you don't take milk, it comes up. If you take milk, you're in trouble. And my third thing is dyes. Dyes are good when you want to turn your wool into another color, or if you want to have art and you want the colors. As in coffee, coffee is used in Iran for coffee art. Beautiful paintings done kind of like watercolor, only with the sepia tones of coffee. It's bad if you get dyes on other clothes. If you wash a red shirt with white shirt, and they're both cotton, and the red shirt's never been washed before, you're going to end up with a pink shirt as well as a red shirt. I've done that before. So it's ugly if it's a color transfer. And the risk management there is you need to separate your whites from your colors. Or you need to wear synthetics because they don't pick up the color. So bleach, food, and dyes are good when they're used properly, but some days things just don't go right.